I started my Mississippi mud pie by crushing 300 grams of bourbon biscuits. I decided once again to test the suitability of Sainsbury's Basics for baking and went for Basics bourbons. I think the person who does the branding at Sainsbury's must have a similar outlook to me. I very much like the idea that chocolate biscuits are basic essentials. I used a heavy mixing bowl and a not quite heavy enough rolling pin to crush the biscuits. It seemed to take forever, so I definitely advise you to use a food processor if you have one big enough. I swapped to a pestle, then back to the rolling pin, then decided crunchy bits would be quite tasty after all. While I was taking my anger out on the biscuits, I was also melting 75 grams of butter over a medium-low heat. Then I mixed the two together in the mixing bowl. I love doing things like this, adding butter to sugary biscuits or double cream to milk chocolate. This is probably a good time to put the oven on to 180 degrees Celsius, 365 degrees Fahrenheit or gas mark 4. I greased a tin, even though the recipe didn't say to. There's nothing sadder than leaving your bottom behind when you come to serve. Then I pressed the biscuit butter mixture to the bottom and up the sides of the tin. The bigger chunks that I hadn't been bothered to crush rose naturally to the sides and created quite a decorative Mississippi River bank-esque effect. I popped this into the fridge. For the filling, I used the old double boiler technique, melting 85 grams of dark chocolate and 85 grams of butter in a bowl over a pan of simmering water. The recipe I used said to make sure the chocolate was at least 70% cocoa solids, but strangely enough, the cocoa percentage wasn't available on the Basics chocolate I used. I'm guessing there's not much actual chocolate goes into these bars. My pie may have represented the sludge and mud of the Mississippi River more authentically than I'd anticipated. Meanwhile, I whisked 2 eggs and 85 grams of muscovado sugar in a separate bowl for 5 minutes, until the mixture was thick and creamy and almost tempting me to taste it. Then I folded in the melted chocolate mixture and 100ml of double cream. You may want to use a bigger bowl than I did. My determination to avoid creating lots of washing up made this a slow, painstaking process and created quite a few spillages. Pour the mixture on top of the base into the tin and bake in the oven for 40 to 50 minutes. Mine only took 40 minutes. Until the pie filling was just set. Set aside to cool completely. While the pie's cooling, make the topping. Heat 150 grams of dark chocolate, 150 millilitres of double cream, 3 tablespoons of golden syrup and 175 grams of icing sugar in a pan to form a fudgy, glossy mixture. Make sure you sieve the icing sugar in. I didn't, and as a result created a sauce with white lumps in it. Still tasted good though. Set the sauce aside to cool for 5 minutes. Then pour onto the pie and put in the fridge for 20 minutes, if of course you can wait that long. And there you go, death by chocolate, or at least severe indigestion. Although it's maybe not the most stunning looking of puddings, it was really, really delicious. One word of warning, you should probably start early when making this pudding. I started at 7 p.m. and didn't get to eat any until 10:15. Not quite sure how that's going to sit in my tummy when I go to bed in an hour.